I've been a YouTuber for over 10 years, and in that time, I know I've influenced a lot of you guys to buy the products that I love. I think it's about time to add some reality to the situation, balance the scales, if you will, and also talk about some products that I personally don't think are worth it. Now, this is just my opinion. If you love the products that I'm talking about, please leave a comment as to why. I would love to hear like the other side of the coin, but I've gathered together a list. Products that I personally regret buying, and I'm going to talk you through why I regret them. Now, we're going to start off with something that I'm actually really sad about because visually, I love this. This is a bag from Charles & Keith. This is actually the bag that I've had the most interest on. Whenever I post about it, I get inundated with DMs on Instagram asking where it's from. And I completely get that because it is such a gorgeous bag. You're able to have it in two different shapes. This is the big version and then it clips together for the version that you just saw. It's super soft. It holds a lot. It's got a magnetic closure. It's got two different types of handles, these long ones, and then you tuck the long ones inside and you can make them shorter, and then that is the other shape that the bag goes as well. Visually, I'm obsessed, but practically this bag has already started to fray. Now I have picked a bunch of this fraying off. I wish I had saved more so that I could show you guys, but the handles are fraying and I've only had this for, I would say, about a month. This isn't a super expensive bag, but it is over £100. And to pay over £100 for a bag that is already starting to fall apart after a month of use, I just don't think that's worth it. And it sucks because I love it visually. And if I could find a bag the exact same as this that was better quality, I would buy it in a heartbeat because I genuinely love it. It's just not worth the money if it's going to break that quickly. Okay, the next one I think is going to be a little bit controversial. I have done a version of this video on TikTok quite a while ago now, and I got the most comments about the product I'm going to talk about next. So this is actually my KitchenAid mixer. The reason why this mixer hasn't been worth it for me is because I've used it probably 5 times in like the 5 or 6 years that I've owned it. This was something that I bought purely because I liked the aesthetic of it, which is so dumb. It's one of those regretful purchases that I made in my 20s where I was like, everyone else has this. It looks so cute. It would look adorable on my kitchen side. But the reality of it is I don't bake. I hate cooking. I don't find it fun at all. It's like the biggest chore in the world for me to cook. And baking is even worse than cooking because it takes longer. So while I do think a KitchenAid mixer is completely worth it if you bake a lot, like my mum bakes every day. She uses her KitchenAid mixer every single day. Probably just gonna still use it as a prop in my kitchen because it does look so cute, but I realize like that is such a dumb thing to say. For something so expensive, you want to be getting the use out of it, and I just don't. So would I buy a KitchenAid again? Probably not. Okay, the next thing is actually something to do with YouTube, and it's vlog cameras. You're all probably going to be really shocked by this, but for the last, I would say 2 years, I've filmed solely on my phone. I personally don't think vlog cameras are worth it anymore, with the exception of one camera that I am quite interested in, which is the DJI. The one that like moves with you and is super small to carry around. That one looks really cool. I think it would be cool to get that for time lapses. Like if I'm doing a time lapse of cleaning, it would follow me around. Can I justify the price of that camera just for that use? Probably not. If I was going to get a camera, I would want it to fully replace my phone because they are very expensive. So I wouldn't really want to just use a camera for one function. But yeah, vlog cameras for me are quite redundant nowadays for the most part, unless you don't have a phone with a good quality camera. So I have the most up-to-date iPhone. I also filmed a lot of content on the last iPhone as well. I always get the Pro Max, the biggest one. I think it has the best cameras. And for me personally, I just love the look of the iPhone camera. I think it works great. I think it's super crisp and clear, and it actually makes vlogging in public a lot easier for me because it's less weird to just be holding your phone while you're vlogging than it is to have like an actual camera out. I used to find that I would get a lot of stares if I was vlogging on my camera, but vlogging on my phone, I don't tend to get looked at that much. So for an insecure girly like me who doesn't generally like to be looked at in public, the phone is just way better. So yeah, while this might be a good camera, the Nikon Z30 is just pretty redundant for me now. And honestly, I think I'll probably be selling this. So check out my Vinted if you're interested in that. I've got a few cameras that I want to sell just because I don't use them. It's pointless for me to have them lying around. Okay, moving along to something that I really wanted to to work for me. I got this gel nail set from Miley Pro, and my thought process behind this was, okay, it's a one-time payment. It's quite expensive. The nail polish are quite expensive, but once I have them, they're going to last a long time. And in the long run, it'll save me money. So I spend about £40 on my manicure. I'm desperately in need of one right now, but I would say I get it once a month. So when you times £40 by 12, it works out to be a lot of money. And it's not ideal to be paying that much, but I do actually think it's a necessity for me to have gel nails on because it helps me pull my compression up for my lipedema. I have to wear this super tight compression and my nails break constantly. It really hurts. It gets really sore. But when I have gel nails on, specifically Biab, I'm able to pull my compression up with no issues whatsoever. So for me, just for that, it's worth it. Anyways, I bought this thinking that I could do my own nails at home, and I just haven't figured it out. Maybe it's the brand of nail polish that isn't working for me, but the last time I tried to do my nails, one, they fully peeled off even though I did all of the prep steps perfectly. And number two, they just didn't seem to set properly. They were a little bit sticky, and I did rub them afterwards with rubbing alcohol or whatever you're supposed to rub them with after, just to take that sticky away. But it was like they hadn't set. And my gel nails, when I get them done professionally, they last me honestly like 6 weeks at some points. But I just haven't figured out a system at home that lasts longer than 2 to 3 days. I just can't work it out. So that's a regretful purchase for me. Now I'm just stuck with all the polish and stuff, and I just don't think I'm going to end up using it. So overall, it was a waste of money. I have a couple of makeup products that I want to talk about that I don't think are worth the money. First one is this Dior blush. I got this when I first discovered that I was cool toned. So I was trying to change all my makeup to cool toned makeup. I saw an ad for this on TikTok and I was like, hell yes. That's like everything I've been looking for in a blush. It's a super cool tone to the point where it's almost lilac. In fact, the name is Pink Lilac. I really wanted to like this, and I do like it, but it's just not pigmented whatsoever. It takes so long to actually get a good buildup of this onto my cheeks. And because of that, I just don't think it's worth it. I think if I could find another shade of blush that was more pigmented, it would be my holy grail blush because I love the shade on me. But for the price of it and the lack of pigment, I just don't think it's worth it. Next up, we've got this Huda Beauty palette. So this is called Sapphire Obsessions. I got this a long time ago, to be honest. I'm not sure if they still even sell it. This is what it looks like. And while actually the colors and the pigment is phenomenal, I don't know why I bought this palette. I don't ever wear blue eyeshadow. I think the only color that I would ever use out of this now is probably this silver, maybe the navy, but this is more of a generic thing. Like, I have so many eyeshadow palettes in shades that I would just never wear, and I don't know why I bought them. I feel like I bought them because maybe I saw someone on TikTok do one really cute makeup look with them, and I'm like, oh my god, I could recreate that. It would be so cute. But like, realistically, I'm not gonna do that. I just don't wear makeup like that anymore. Another thing that I personally don't think have been worth it for me have been Funko Pops. I used to have a lot of Funko Pops. I don't know why I kept these two. I think I weirdly really enjoyed the Fantastic Beasts film, so I ended up keeping Newt Scamander. And I've got Mary Poppins as well, which I don't think I'll ever get rid of because of my love for Julie Andrews, although I do wish it was a Sound of Music one instead. I wish it was Maria. But yeah, I went through a phase of collecting Funko Pops and I ended up getting rid of them very quickly. They just clutter my shelves up. They get covered in dust. They're hard to clean. I think if you're a super fan of something, it would be worth having the little pop figures around for it. But for me, there are other collector's items that I prefer. Like, I really like jelly cats. I think they're so cute. Funko Pops just aren't the one for me. Back to makeup, because there's a product that I forgot to talk about. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Beauty Light Wand Easy Highlighter Illuminator Face. Okay, there's multiple reasons why I don't like this. The first reason is the applicator. It's one of these like fabric ones, and I just can't even fathom how much bacteria is getting in there. As I've gotten older, have got more weird about cleanliness in general, and applicators like this like really creep me out nowadays. Secondly, I've used this maybe twice, and look, it looks like I've been using this every day of my life for a month. No, I've probably used it twice. There's hardly any product in this tube at all. And to be honest, I just don't like the product anyway. There are way nicer highlighters in my opinion, and I don't think this is worth the money at all, especially for the lack of product I've got in there. That's pretty crazy. Next up is another item that I spoke about in the TikTok, but I just need to talk to you about this here. So these were my first designer pair of sunglasses, and I was so excited to get them. I love the case they come in. If every pair of sunglasses could come in this case, I would be the happiest girl in the world. It's so cute. And I do think this is part of the reason why I ended up buying them. But these are my Miumu sunglasses. First of all, I'm not sure I even like the tortoise shell with like the blue reflective frames. They make me kind of look like a bug or a fish. I did rock them for a while when I first got them, maybe a year or so. These were like my go-to sunglasses. But since then, I just don't think they suit my face. And this is more an issue to do with the quality of them. So these little bobbles here, they're supposed to connect to the ends and they've just completely come off. Now, some people in the TikTok did say if I take them to Miu Miu, they will fix them. So I'm going to try that. But look how bent these are. I take very good care of my sunglasses, specifically the designer ones, because they're so expensive. I don't know why these are so bent because I've never sat on them. I've never done anything to like harm them. But because of how bent they are, they give me the worst headaches because they just dig into the side of my head. And yeah, I don't think that these were worth the price. I wouldn't buy them again. I think they were fun while they lasted. And I will take them to Miu Miu. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. If they can fix them, then actually maybe they were worth it. But yeah, as of right now, where I stand on these is I don't think I will buy them again. On to shoes that I regret buying. I should have known that these wouldn't work for me because I've heard a lot of people say that these shoes are specifically great for people with low arches, like people with flat feet. I have the highest freaking arches in my feet in the world. They're insane. And I should have known not to buy these because of that reason alone, because these are very, very flat shoes. But yeah, any Adidas shoes in general don't work for me. They're so flat. I could see them being so comfy for people with flat feet, but if you've got an arch in your foot, if you've got a slight arch in your foot, I wouldn't recommend them. I got these because I saw everyone wearing gazelles in different colors and I was like, I want to join. I had FOMO. So I bought these and I do love them. I love the way they look visually. Comfort wise, I can't walk for longer than 10 minutes in these without them really hurting my feet. So I would not buy them again. Okay, next up is a thing that I think we all need to like sit down in a circle, hold hands and come to the realization together. I, in my time of being alive, have bought way too many water bottles. Every time I buy a water bottle, I'm like, no, this is the one that's going to change my life. This is the one that I'm going to be carrying around for years to come. Like there is no better water bottle than this. And every single time I found one that I like more, one that's a cuter color, one that the straw looks nicer in. I've probably at this point had hundreds of water bottles. There really has been no point to it until I found this water bottle. Now, this is the one product I am recommending in this video because I've used this religiously every day now for I think maybe 6 months, maybe since Christmas. I've used this every day. This is the water bottle. It's the Awala Free Sip. It's got a built-in straw, but it also has a sippy cup. It's super easy to clean. It keeps your drinks cold for a long time. Like that is the perfect bottle. It also has a little handle and the handle can also be used to seal the cap in place so you can't open it. So it's fully leak proof. Like that is the water bottle. If you girls are looking for one more water bottle in your life, it is that one. But since I've got that one, I've thrown out all the rest and I just need to never buy another water bottle again unless it's another Awala one because I use this every day. Sometimes it's in the wash and I want it and I could, to be honest, do with having two because of how much I use it. But yeah, the rest of them just haven't been worth it. I'm talking to you, Stanley. I don't think you're worth it. The next thing, I feel like this video is going on for hours. I clearly love talking about the things that I don't like. But the next thing that I have regrets about buying are clothes from Free People. Free People is such an expensive brand. I've had a couple of items from them now, and I will say I just don't think they're worth the money. I don't think the fabric is worth the money. I don't think the fit is worth the money. I don't think like the visuals of what it looks like on is ever worth the money. I've got a couple of items that I do like from Free People, but they also just look like they could have been from H&M. And for that reason, I don't think Free People is worth the hype at all. And I would go as far as to say, unless there was some very, very unique special item or an item in a color that I've been looking for a long time, because colors are quite difficult to find. And sometimes if you just find the exact color you've been looking for, it is worth it. Unless those set of circumstances come together, I don't think I will be buying from Free People again because I just don't think it's worth it. And the last thing that I want to talk you guys out of buying is a Smeg kettle. I still have my eyes on a Smeg fridge, even though people tell me they're not worth the money. I think visually they are so gorgeous and I wish more brands would come out with like pastel cute colored fridges. But as for the kettle, I got a white Smeg kettle. I could have got a white kettle from anywhere else for a quarter of the price, and it would probably have done better than this one has done. I've had to replace this kettle twice. The first time it was free because it was within like the warranty date. The second time I had to pay £60 to get a new one. And at that point I was like, well, I've sunk so much money into this Smeg kettle as it is. I may as well just try and get a new one and see if that's any better. But each kettle I've had from Smeg has chipped the paint off it. Now I have heard people say that they've got their Smeg kettle in a different color to white and nothing like this has happened. So I wonder if it is just the white color and there's something wrong with the paintwork on the white kettle. But every single white kettle from Smeg that I've had come through has chipped. And my current one is chipping, and I'm just wondering what to do about it, because either I pay another £60 to get another one and it's like a commitment I've made now for life, or I just give up on how much I like the aesthetic of the Smeg brand and the Smeg kettle, and I just buy a cheaper one that will probably do better long term. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that. But yeah, for me personally, at least the white Smeg kettle, I don't think it's worth it. So those are some products that I personally don't think are worth the money and I wouldn't buy again. If you'd like part 2 of this video, do let me know, because I'm sure there are so many more products that I don't 100% think are worth it. I would love to know what one thing is that you've bought that you don't think is worth the money. Maybe you guys can de-influence me and each other in the comments as well. But I'm gonna head off. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Bye.